Crise.
Kriza.
Crisis.
Kriza.
Faillite.
Hotel.
Bankrupt.
It is 7 o'clock and Mr. Puppy is waking up from that horrible dream he had. He is going to the shower and eat breakfast. Now he is hungry for information. So he walks out of his house and goes to the shop. He bought the newspaper. He's going back home because he wants to read his newspaper by himself. He attends his house and sits at the table. The first page is saying, in a huge confusion, he turned to another page. He turns on the TV.
Today, the 15th of September 2008, we are witnesses of a great disaster. The American bank Lehman Brothers bankrupt. From this on, the investors lost about $300 million. The consequences will touch everybody in the world.
He is deeply hit by this information. He runs to the telephone to call his uncle, Mr. Manny. Hi, Uncle.
What's up?
Is everything okay?
Yes, why shouldn't it be?
I have watched the news and I read the European Times and they said that the biggest American bank became bankrupt, so I was afraid if you and your bank are okay.
How is it possible? Did you know it already when it just happened 2 hours ago?
Thank God we have the media.
I agree. Thank the information from medias. I was able to move my money to the safer account on time.
I'm happy for you too. Mr. Puppy is today waking up with a very good mood. In the news was said that the crisis is retreating. It made him very happy. Because of this information, he decided to invest the money to the company called Fix. Fix company was recommended by a highly recognized TV channel as a very good and prospective investment. Now, Mr. Puppy is on his usual way to the kiosk to buy today's newspapers. He is going back home. While he is going home, he is very curious how his shares are doing. He can't believe what he sees. His shares are declining. Now Mr. Puppy is very angry that he will lose his money, and he is angry also about the disinformation he had read about the Fix company. He tears the newspaper up and throws them into the trash can. It's a normal working day and Mr. Puppy is getting up, and in the last year he is always cheesed. He is exhausted of hearing constantly only about the crisis and its consequences. He is sick how the media overstate the real situation and make everything bigger than it really is. Today, Mr. Puppy is not going to the kiosk to buy newspapers. He would like to watch the TV and enjoy the cup of coffee. Immediately, as he turns on the TV, he sees the same thing again and again. At work, it is the same. Crisis shouts at him everywhere. From computer, radio, magazines, newspapers, from everywhere. He's so disgusted that he stops meeting people because they always talk about one thing: crisis. He stops watching TV, reading newspapers, and listening to radio.
Hello, today I have here a special guest, Mrs. Terka. I have a question for you. What role do media play in crisis?
So the media has changed many people's lives and play a big role in public happening. So the crisis is not an exception. Every coin has two sides, and it also applies for medias. In one hand, they help us to know what's going on in the world and also in our country. It's very good to have the information immediately and be aware of everything. On the other hand, the media are paid according how popular they are. So when they make us up some brilliant story, they'll sell their product better. That's why they tend to overstand and don't inform correctly in the details.